Good morning once again. We're here with Caver 461, the channel, and right now we're getting ready for a rockhound trip, just getting on the boots with my good friend Jeff here. We're down at Forks of the Credit, one of my favorite local areas to go. I was kind of tempted to look at some of the Guelph area deposits. They've got this stuff called asphaltite or something like that. It looks like asphalt. I wasn't too inspired to look for any. But so instead we're going to go up and we're going to look and see if we can find some of the Celestine crystals that I've seen that Michael Adamowitz has found. Some lovely light baby blue crystals, quite small, in some of the old abandoned quarries in this area. So we're heading off now. Let's see what we can find.
I don't think I have any.
No bug spray, Jeff?
No bug spray.
It's going to be a rough morning. It's very buggy today. So, I mean, we've got quarries and mines on that side of the valley and that side over there. And this is the Credit River running down in the... So they moved the sandstone building materials from this area. They moved them out by way of the railway line towards Toronto. Again, quarries were on all sides of the valley and lots of mines going inwards. So I know of 5 in particular. Probably visit what we can today and just see if there's anything interesting in the way of the minerals. So all the old maps I've seen show a spur line jutting off from the railway line right along the edge of the valley here, and I'm believing this must be it. You can kind of see the wall goes up on that side and it drops away on that side. So apparently this used to follow along, I believe, to the base of a quarry and also to some lime kilns. You can see what this place looked like back in, I believe it was 1896. So these are the Hoffman lime kilns. I guess it says they had a chimney going up into the sky 30 meters, so this is obviously where they made limestone. And again, we're just at the edge of the spur line here. And we, of course, are looking for the quarries themselves, where hopefully we can find celestite, calcite. Whoa, what's this? It's huge, man. You don't even see this stuff when you're going through the valley down there. So we're right near Erin, or at least just down the valley from Bellefontaine. So obviously they've used the local whirlpool sandstone here for construction. And again, this is what they made Queen's Park out of. And look, you can see the traditional kind of structure you're going to see in these kilns. They probably fed, I don't know how they did this here actually. So this is quite obviously deposits, limestone layer of some type. We're way too far up in the valley. We're looking for what's down there, which is basically the whirlpool sandstone overlying the Queenston Shale. So that's where you're going to find all of the different mines entering in right at the whirlpool level. What do you got there? What do you got, Jeff? Oh my goodness.
It shouldn't be here.
It shouldn't be here, but it is. That's incredible.
That can't be local.
This is just a phenomenal quartz crystal. Jeff just found it, just laying here. You know, we're here looking for something different, and this is what he finds. Shows what happens when you're looking at the ground. I was down there, so I'm going to just talk about my spring for a minute, and then we're going to come back to looking for more of these bad boys. So, I mean, there's plenty of pores here, you know, where you might think you might have a vug with quartz crystals. I mean, the quartz being deposited by often, you know, super hot waters from deeper down below, but it's definitely not what I would have expected here. Nothing like that. So, didn't bring a shovel, so I'm just digging with a rock here. Hopefully we can find some of this quartz in this clayish soil. Let's see. So I'm open to some theories from people, because to me it's quite a mystery. So we find this incredible quartz spike, beautiful little spike of quartz crystal. There's no sign of any kind of quartz around here. I'm not seeing any more. We're looking and looking. We're up against the limestone, up near the top of the Niagara Escarpment. So it's a really nice, you know, typical kind of limestone here. And then we've got this layer, almost like a big scab. You can see the kind of beginnings of, it's almost scabbed on of almost like a tufa, like a deposited possibly by a hot water, I don't know. You'd think if there was quartz, hot water might have been involved. It's like a giant scab across the front of the rock. And then if you're looking higher up the cliff, there are other spots where you can see a similar sort of pocked, vuggy area. So like the question is, what on earth is going on here? How do we end up with a piece of quartz? Anybody got some thoughts on that? I'm open to some suggestions. I wouldn't mind a couple. Okay, our mystery's been answered. Here's what I find. In this crack here, what do I find? But there's a tumbled small quartz stone that's been tumbled by probably like a rock tumbler. So that says to me there's some kind of new age stuff going on here. Someone left that crystal there. That's all I can imagine. You don't have a tumbled stone in a crack here. Yeah, okay. We were pretty excited for a second. It seemed to be going against what we would have expected, obviously, with the geology, but such is life. We're moving on. Huge in-cut here. I'm kind of struggling along the valley wall here for a while, looking for this so-called quarry. This might be it. Big, huge in-cut. Kind of reminds me of a Mayan temple or pyramid I visited in the Sayan Khan in Mexico, and had this slot, and you could look way out over the swamp, and it was right up at the top of this pyramid, this slot in this big huge block structure. Very cool looking out over the jungle. But there's our Sayan Khan. Jeff, what do you got to say about your quartz crystal find, buddy? Say something significant.
It was fake.
It was fake, yeah. Disappointing. Who put it there?
I have no idea.
Anybody want to own up to having put the crystal there? A couple of names have been thrown out already. You know who you are. I'm finding a significant amount of cold air blowing past me right now in this spot, which means there's an opening to the mines right near here. Maybe small, but it's here. So I think it takes a bit. There, notice this? Look at that. It is a strong breeze blowing out from here. So there is significant open space down below there. The question is, how do we get in there, and what is it? Could it be a mine? Could it be a natural cave? It's all ice down there. Lovely and cool. Here's where you cool off on the side of the hill. So this is either joining one of the mines, this crack. It looks like a natural crack. It's either joining down to the mine, but there's a lot of air blowing out of there. Some kind of weird chimney effect? Maybe. It's possible, but is it a barometric pressure effect? That's possible too. So I found another of these fissures blowing cold air. Literally I can see my breath here. In fact, you can probably see it too. It almost looks like a mist blowing out as it hits the warmer air. And it's blowing out of here. So there's a lot of open space down below here somewhere. That's a very interesting thing. These look like crevice caves. I mean, it's just a massively overgrown area that we're in. While we're looking, it is not easy travel around here. So our mineral expedition has almost become a bit of a cave searching expedition. We call this Stonecutter's Dam. Gotta admit, leaves me wondering what's up here. Oh, cold, cold, cold water. I don't have a light, I guess I'm unable to follow it, but I wouldn't mind going up there. Kind of like nose to the ceiling kind of thing, you know? Maybe next time I come I'll give it a go. Beautiful spot though. It really is. Found a spot where I can stand, beginning of a challenging up tunnel journey here. Got my back wedged on the roof, my feet wedged on a rock down there. So washed up, but I'm nice and cool and refreshed now at the very least. Looks like we found ourselves a quarry here. Finally. It's on the side of the Crow Trail, just outside Bell Fountain. You can see there's a whole layer with these pox, this orange celestine in it, celestite. Doesn't look like it's in those sort of crystal forms that we were seeing right by Church's Fall. It's a strontium sulfate. Again, you can see the vuggy layer all along there. That's where you're finding the celestine. So just kind of follow along to a spot where you can safely extract what you're looking for. I mean, there's some nice orange ones. So Bell Fountain is exactly where my thumb is right there, and we're on this Crow's Nest side trail where my thumb has just gone to right now, and the quarries are to either side. I think it's the Hillis Quarry and the Crow's Nest Quarry, and the path is kind of overgrown, you know, I don't think it's maintained anymore. So anyway, we head down to the second quarry now and have a look. Here we are in the town of Bell Fountain, formerly known as Tub Town, for the blacksmith's tubs, and the blacksmith and all the business that used to service the brimstone down below in the valley. I have a scenic little place. Oh, Jesus, working. So, Jeff's just turned 42 the other day, and he didn't even tell us, okay? So, I've offered him kindly, I've offered him one of my Rockhound t-shirts. You know what he said? What did he say? Say some good stuff here.
Shirts are beautiful. Anybody who's anybody would own one.
I've got the Primo Rockhound t-shirts coming out shortly on Rockhound Apparel, which you will be able to access off my website. So instead I'm going to give him a Rockhound ball cap, which this is what they look like right here. My wife designed the logo, and I've been working like no one's business on it on the Adobe Photoshop, getting it all ready. So my online shop will be selling these Rockhound t-shirts, and anybody who's anybody, except for Jeff, who's somebody, will be wearing a Rockhound t-shirt. Stay tuned.